I am Katie Scott. The name of my typepad blog is Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking, and I had a blog post the other day about, I'm gonna move you. I'm known for my bad camera, so be warned. This is my baker's rack, and so as you can see, like here I am, this is where I usually scrapbook, right at my computer, even though I'm not really a digital scrapbooker. But the computer and the printer are right there. So I'm actually thinking about taking a stab at hybrid scrapbooking, and that's actually the way that I started scrapbooking, beyond being a child. When I was a young adult, that's how I started scrapbooking, was with my computer. And it was before, I ever knew there was a scrapbooking industry. So I used to make things on the computer and make books, and I'm going to be showing you some of those things in the near future. So anyways, this is what I'm here to show you today. So this is where I scrapbook. This is my room. This is one half of the, and so I almost use every single inch of this place. But I still like the counters to be relatively clear, so we can work. And typically, I got my sewing machine up there. My daughter is usually in here with me. This room is a small room. I spend a lot of time in here. This is actually one half of our garage. So there's the door to the other half of the garage. And anyways, this is where I scrap. This is where women create. Where Katie Scott does her scrapbooking. So this is actually the, I was here at my scrap desk, and so here's my vantage point, right? I'm here. I know, it's horrible. Horrible video, people. But I was, I'm here and I work here, and one of my problems is most of my embellishments are stored over here in this closet, or way back there in that closet, and they're kind of like out of sight, out of mind. And so one problem that I have is incorporating embellishments onto my pages. And while I certainly love the simple style, I also like to use up some embellishments once in a while because I have them. I mean, look, I have lots of embellishments. There's just some embellishments in a basket. But I came up with this idea one evening, and so I had these little hooks that I bought from Ikea, right? And so you don't have to use them, and I actually have the package for what they go with in the other room. But that's the little clip. It's a metal clip. I don't think it's magnetic, but it like, it's got this little action going. And so I was thinking of that. I think it's 7 Gypsies maybe, or I don't know what you call it. It looks like a circular thing with wires that you hang stuff on. And I've heard about that for scrapbook embellishment storage, but I don't know, I think when I checked it was like $30 or $40, and I don't even think I would know where to buy it anyways. I don't think they have it at the craft store. And as much as I would like to, I don't get to my scrapbooking stores very often. So, and when I do, I usually go for the scrapbooking yard sale. So this way, I can just like easily look at all of my embellishments. And then I can just pull one down. See that, how easy that is? And then I've got a ton of embellishments just in a regular Ziploc bag. And so that's not the prettiest. So I usually will clip that back in there. But I can see the things that I've bought recently. Like I just bought these two, and I would like to use them. So what I wanted to tell you about that is that I was thrilled, because I'm just going to close down my Ustream screen thingy for a second. I got an email from Scrapbook News and Review, and they said they wanted to put my little embellishment thing there on their blog. So this was the blog post from my scrapbook blog that they saw, right? And then, so let me just put a link to this copy into the show so you can see it. Now where did I go? Oh, technology. You are always challenging me. I wonder if you can I think you can hear me. I don't want to overpower you. Let's see if I can pop out chat. So I think I can. Oh, look at that. Yes, technology challenge for sure. You know, I know there's a way to save it. Oh. Grr. Does anyone else have these problems with technology that I have? I so have them. I don't know, they're maybe here. I'm just gonna, so there's the original one. I'll just put that on Twitter, say. And then, so I think that will link it up. And then, so let's go back, and I don't think you can really see. Sorry. Work in progress here. Okay, so this is just a shot of my computer. So I'm going to, and I'm holding it, so I know it's a little jiggly. So there's my scrapbooking site. It's a typepad blog, Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking, and I just, sometimes I go on a lot of random tangents. Other times I will do a lot of scrapbooking and post like a lot of scrapbooking every day, and then there'll be times when I'm kind of busy with other things and you don't see a lot of scrapbooking. But generally I like to do one layout and explain a little bit about like where I got the inspiration for it or what I did, whatever. So that is me. I'm also on Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm Katie F. Scott on Twitter, and be happy to link up with you on Twitter. So I'm just going to close that out for a minute. I am also, just want to show you a couple other places you can find me on the internet. Oh, I have lost it. Flickr, oh Flickr, where did you go? Well, I am on Flickr, but I have lost it. That's so sad. Oh well. So now you're watching, you're watching me videotape this. That's kind of lame. Sorry about that. But let's see. Let's see if I can just show you. I'll just make a quick page and I'll kind of show you how I'm just grabbing those embellishments real quick. And besides, I haven't made a page in a little while. Hold on just a second while I readjust. You know, I really think, this is what I think. I think I need two. I think I need two cameras in here. So I'm gonna, let's see. What can I make tonight? I don't know. I know I want to use, okay, so I'm just gonna, this time I'm going to go to this first. Typically, grabbing the embellishments is like the last thing I would do, but they're out, they're pretty. I haven't used them, so these are the brand new ones that I've used, so I'm gonna grab those. And then I've been really wanting to use these Jenny Bolin stickers, and they've been up here and looking so pretty for a really long time, but I haven't used them yet. So I think that will be, that's plenty, right? I have letters, I have embellishments. So all I really need now are pictures and ideas and stories and some paper. And I can probably make a few layouts in just a little while. Sometimes I feel like I just need to get back in the groove. I woke up this morning and had a lot of ideas about a lot of things. But unfortunately, I you know, duty calls. And so I had a lot to do with the rest of my life. So I didn't have a lot of time to be as creative as I wanted to be tonight. So here's some paper. Here's some, let's see, more embellishments. So I'm just grabbing what's handy. So this is what you're seeing. Hope you can see that. I think you can. Kind of see what I'm working on. Sorta, kinda. Sorry for the jiggles. And then I'm just gonna grab some recent pictures and we'll see where that takes us. Okay. So I have some recent pictures. I like to keep them in shoe boxes before I file them away in other places. Oh, what's a scrapbook? And so now I'm just sort of looking through the pictures. This was cool. This kind of fits in with my colors of embellishment, and that's not typically how I choose to tell a story, but this is pretty recent, and I can choose to tell a story about that particular picture, or two things. Tangents, people. But that's a picture that I recently took. My daughter and I went to Disney World, and that's a picture of us in our fabulous hotel room. If you ever need a place to stay at Disney World, Twitter me, and I'll tell you the most awesome deal at Disney World. You can get a 2-bedroom condo with like luxury everything for $100 a night. It's really awesome. Okay. So this paper seems sturdier than the other papers, so I'm going to use this as my background paper. Okay. Plus, I think I can do, with a blank sheet of cardstock, you can do just about anything you want. And the color, I would describe this color, and I know the color isn't perfect in here, but I'm good with this. Yeah. It's hard to see the color, but I will post with the layout on my blog. Yeah, you can't see it. Sorry. Okay. So now I'm deciding, do I really want to do like a 12 by 12 page with one picture, which is something I typically don't do. But I might want to get story heavy on this, and also embellishment heavy on this. So maybe I need one more picture just to flesh out the story a little bit. And I think I'll use this one. It's just a closer up of actually the three of us. I need to say my daughter brought her favorite baby doll with us to Disney World, and I kind of make it go there. And so that was sort of a big part of the trip for us. We got a little, my first visit, not for my daughter, but for her doll. Went to guest relations to get that. That was fun. And let's see. Oh, I don't even think I showed you. This is the inspiration for the whole I'm gonna Ustream tonight, because otherwise I'm a little bit tired. I've been working on becoming a morning person, and it's a little bit after 9, and I'm ready for bed. Typically I used to stay up super late and then go to bed after I did a whole night of scrapbooking, and I haven't been able to incorporate scrapbooking back into my routine yet with this new I'm going to be a morning person thing, but I'm missing it, and it's making me cranky. So scrapbooking needs to re-enter my world, so it's good for me to just do a little something tonight. But yeah, tangents. Okay, so back to the shot of the computer. What I wanted to show you was, oh my goodness, it's completely gone. That's so sad. Okay, I know how you can get there though. So you go to the link that you'll see on Twitter, right? From me. Ugh, Katie F. Scott on Twitter. That's not working. My goodness. Yeah, like I said, I'm not always the best at navigating technology. Okay, I remember why. I didn't get in there. So anyways, back to the scrapbooking. And then I will, well, if you find me either through the blog or through Twitter, then you will be able to see that maybe I can show you on my iPhone. I've resorted to this a couple of times. Hold on. Okay, here we go. The title of the article is Organization Station. And after I did that blog post, someone with a scrapbooking, I guess it's called, I don't think I've ever really heard of it before, but it looks really awesome. It's called Scrapbook News and Reviews. So I think maybe I've heard of it, but it's not a place that I go a lot on the web. But just getting a real quick look at it, it's somewhere that I probably want to go. So when I get some time to do some scrapbooking, I'm definitely going to hit Scrapbook News and Review. It's not and reviews, it's just and review. It looks like there's a Scrapbook News and Review magazine, contact, community, forum, fun stuffs, calls in this issue. And so here's if you just scroll down, hey look, isn't that cool? So they made a little article about my little IKEA workstation, so I couldn't be more thrilled than that. That's awesome. Thank you. And people say like, oh, I like that idea. So I was happy to see that. And it looks like they have a lot of stuff going on that blog. They've got contests, and they have featured artists. They've got birthdays. I haven't seen that on a scrapbooking blog before. Publication updates, and then they've got calls for like magazines. So like down here, if you want to get published in a scrapbooking magazine, you can go there. I don't do a lot of submitting. I used to when Simple Scrapbooks was in effect, and I submitted 1 million times. I got one layout published in Simple Scrapbooks, and for me that was awesome. I just loved that publication so much. Oh, I almost want to use this one instead, but we'll save that for another one. But these kind of like, those look really similar, but they're not from the same folks. This is from Paper Girl, The Girl's Papery by Margie. Her name is Romney Aslett. And then this is Colorbach Flea Market, and it's got the same color palette going on completely. So you could definitely like mix those up. I'm not going to mix those up right now. I'll save some of that for another thing. So we have I have some Signature Suite by Jen Wilson, My Mind's Eye 2006, which I probably won from Simple Scrapbooks. They probably sent me some of that, but never used it yet. So, oh goodness, it's got one of those like, be everything you dream to be, make the most of your life, dance like no one's watching. Okay. It sometimes seems a little over the top. It's cool, but I'm not going to use that. I do like the you and me. It's unique and me and original and real. Those words I can deal with. So I'm going to pop those out. So see, I didn't even use my, I'm not going to do it. I really want to use these Jenny Bolin stickers, and I just haven't, and I need to just open them up and start using them. So that is what I'm going to do. Okay. So I am going to use the letters. I have a lot of different choices of color, and actually I have pink and red and black and white. Those are cool. Man, I can't believe these have just... See, this is the thing, is if these beautiful embellishments, which I didn't get like all that long ago, and they're copyright 2010, so they're, it's current stuff. I actually got these at a scrapbooking yard sale at Whimsidoodle. I have another Ustream video that shows you all about what I got for 60 bucks. This is part of that, so I don't even remember how long ago that's been. I sort of like the red for this layout, I think, so I'm going to use that. And look through here. Yeah, so I should actually use the stuff I'm finding. I actually, and so sometimes in these little baggies, I'll just cut up some leftover paper, and so I have some there, and this just happens to kind of coordinate. So I'm just going to leave that on hand. And the nice thing too about this way of storing embellishments is the cleanup is really easy. So you can just like put everything back in the little bags, put them back up there, and see, like I'm not going to use these. So all I have to do is slide them back in, and then slide them back. And then sometimes what I'll do is, if I've got a big piece like this, is like, I don't think it's quite 10 inches. Probably about 10 inches long. You can just cut it and then it will fit for you. So this is by TLC, Top Line Creations, designed by Etz, copyright 2007. So I have stuff from all different time periods. Someday it'll be retro in the scrapbooking world. Yeah. Right? That's funny. I amuse myself. Okay. So I actually don't want to use this, so I'm just going to show you what happens. Is I will show you over here. So here's a little thing, right? I use my little clippy, and I just clip it. I didn't even have to worry that I didn't seal it. Like, that's not even sealed. And this was just the package from probably an American Crafts letter sticker thing pack. Really, I'm tired. I've been doing a lot of work over the last couple of days and not doing a lot of sleeping. So tonight I'm going to catch up on that. Here's some journaling blocks, though. I might work those in. To show you here. So I have journaling blocks. I think these are Teresa Collins. This one might be cute. It's kind of random. Favorites. But I could talk about the favorite stuff she's got going on right now. I think I will do that. I haven't done one of those in a while. My problem is always, if the back is cute, I never want to use one side. There's also things I want to do, and in this life we cannot do great things. We can only do small things with great love. So I'm really digging all of these. Probably not this one though, just because it's, I guess maybe though. What I'm thinking of doing is making a pocket. And then see, when they pull out the pocket, they can still see that the back is pretty. So I'm going to use these. I'm going to switch it back over here. Ta-da. Okay, so unfortunately, I already nailed that down. And I could take it out because, look, it's not that hard. I use these kind of things. What do you call these things? My husband just calls them messy on the floor. Please sweep those up. But that's not, they have a name. Adhesive tabs, I think they're called. I'll show you what they look like, in case you're a beginner scrapbooker. But my guess is if you're watching scrapbooking on YouTube, you're probably not a beginner. Mounting squares. Yeah, mounting squares. I like to buy those with my 50% off coupons at the craft store. So what I could do, right, because they're sort of repositionable, and then after a while they're not. I could line up my photos this way, and then like put them over something so that then I could make like the pockety thing. And if I did that, then I actually might want to use something more interesting for my background Maybe. Let's see what that looks like. And I'm not going to go into my vast collection of scrapbooking paper, which you can see a tiny fraction of over there. We're just not going over there. We're just going to use what we have. Going to make the most of what we have. So what I could do, see, this is me, and I don't know why, but I have some kind of mental block with using paper that I think is awesome, that is double-sided. I never want to use it. Why? Okay, let's overcome that. Let's use it. I am going to use it. I'm not going to let that stop me. So I'm going to put that. So my question now is, do I want that to be the paper, or do I want it to be the background? I think I actually, I don't know. I get frustrated with myself too when I start to deliberate too much. Yeah, see, I was all gonna use it, and now I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm not gonna use it. Oh, how frustrating is that? So I'm thinking of what's a great way to make a pocket here? And this is a little flimsier than this other stuff, so what if I did, gosh, and I'm thinking like maybe I should trim this picture up a little bit. Or maybe I should trim this one up a little bit so they're not quite as long. And so I'm going to do that. I usually do, I already regret this, but I did it anyways. Throwing caution to the wind. Because now you can't see the umbrella. Okay, I also signed up for the free class. Really unhappy with myself for cutting that. Because I like the detail of the umbrella. Because it was kind of in a weekend that was a little bit cloudy. And so we had some rain. And that picture of the umbrella will remind me of that, even if that part of it doesn't get into the journaling. So this is going to become my pocket somehow. I am going to reattach the part that I cut off. I'm just going to use a glue stick for that. Usually have one a little bit handy. And then I'll just put this over this picture. So if there's like any glue overhang, that won't be a problem. See that? I don't know if that's a trick or not, but I did it. Okay, so I reattached my picture, and that gets me to the place of I'm taking this free class on big picture classes called Embrace Imperfection. So there you go. There's some imperfection right there for you. And then I'm having the same dilemma now of, okay, this is, yeah, I really liked, I didn't want to go horizontal with I didn't want to go like this with my pictures. I think I want to go like this, but then what I'll do for better like consistency on the page to make the pocket is I might cut it like this, so there's some stuff here, but the things are still getting stuck in that way. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see how that works. So, because I've repositioned these a couple of times, I am just adding some craft glue there. Some Elmer's washable school glue. Disappearing purple. Isn't that cute? I love Elmer's. I can really remember like being a little girl going to the drugstore with my grandma and seeing the Elmer's glue. See, now I'm conflicted about this, but I'm not going to worry too much about it because I'm just going to cut it in line with that class, Embrace Imperfection. Here we go. So now I am going to cut it this way. I do have a page trimmer over there. I'm not going to use it just because this is kind of neat. I might do this maybe with the pretty paper, although I feel like I'm covering up too much of that beautiful paper. And then I was like thinking I could do like something like this, or maybe I could even do like that way I can use the back, and then maybe it will open up to the side. Yeah, I'm digging that. Okay, so it's gonna go like this, right? It's like kind of a, just a fold. That way I get the groovy paper on the back. And then I have been loving these Fiskars trimmers. They're my like most often grabbed tool lately. The border punches. I love them. I love them. I know they take up a lot of space, but I don't care. Love them. They don't take up that much space. I have them pretty well organized. They don't constitute my organization problems. They're not why I'm thinking up like how can I use things from IKEA to organize this stuff. That's the Fiskars border punches are never giving me those kinds of fits. But I guess if I didn't have those kind of fits, my little project there would never have made it onto that blog. So with challenges come opportunities, I guess you could say. So there we go. Cute. At least I think it's cute. Now I think not defined enough. Not defined enough. Not defined enough. I want something to contrast a little bit more from the background. And this paper feels a little bit too flimsy. And I think it's too grungy, like too, I don't know what you call that. Too brown around the edges to match the whiteness on these journaling. And these are white and black. So I don't want to mix up the brown and the white and black. I could, I'm just not going to. Yeah, nope. So these we're going to save for another day. And actually what I'm going to do is, I don't think I'm going to use this either. So what I can do is just open up the enclosure, and I think this paper like kind of coordinates a little bit with this. I do keep my pattern paper scraps in another place, but I'm also not going there today. I'm trying to keep this simple. But I've been out of the scrapbooking habit for a couple of days, and it always feels like I have to like get back into the place where I can just get things done very quickly. So that's one of the reasons I really like to do it every day. I think I'm going to choose a dark contrasting background, maybe even black and white. So I actually show you how I have I wasn't going to go over here, but here I am. So I have, these are some scrap racks. And then I have all of these arranged by color. And I'm looking for some black and white. So, I have found some over here. Alright. So I just grabbed a stack. And I can't remember whose blog it was on, but I saw the coolest thing recently. This scrapbooker who used to be associated with Simple Scrapbook somehow. I remember who it was. I think maybe Katrina Simic, maybe? She had on her blog, she wanted to like purge out her room a little bit. I think that's who I'm thinking of. I want to say she like lives in Vermont. I don't know. And she was like, okay, I've had it with all this stuff. I got too much stuff. I still love scrapbooking, but I feel like there's just way too much stuff. So I want to get rid of some. And so she made up some packs and like just listed them on her blog to sell. And I thought, oh, that's really a great idea, because I would love to get rid of some stuff, but I don't really want to haul it all downtown to the local scrapbook yard sale, because we have a yard sale here in my neighborhood. Let's See, I'm taking way too long with this. Oh, come on, just pick. Let's see. Ugh. I'm looking for something with cardstock weight. I'm not really finding exactly what I want. So how frustrating is that? I don't know. It seems a little busy. Ugh. And it doesn't seem like the papers are really matching up too well. Oh, I don't know what to do now. That's not good, is it? Here's some. This, I don't know. I heard gray was in. What do you think about gray? That could work. Maybe like way too busy. But you know what? It might get a little less busy once I put these on. I don't know. I'm tired and I'm just going to do it. Tired and cranky. I am a little cranky. I didn't get to do... I made some plans this morning and I didn't get to do what I set out to do because a lot of other things got in my way, and I'm also not doing those things right now, so I know. What are you gonna do? Mañana, 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 right? Okay, so I almost feel like that needs like a little bit more of a border, or a little bit more bulk to it somehow. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I'll back it up with... Oh, you know what might be kind of cute is to back it up with like an actual envelope. Not just making an envelope out of... Yeah. Here's the ticket. Ta-da. A regular envelope, right? And then like this, sort of. But now I'm really not liking the background. But you know what? It's late. It's late, so I'm just not gonna... I'm not gonna go too long with this because I'm getting done. So what I want to do is I really want that... I want it to be come out this way, even though probably it would be easier if it came out this way. But, you know, for purposes of the album, but I like the way it looks this way better, so that's how I'm doing it. And I don't know of an adhesive that's going to hold this down and this down the way I really want it to, so I'm going to sew it. And I have located my sewing machine now right here, so I can easily get it out. I don't have to like go digging around for it. I can just get it right out. So when I want to use it, it's right there. But it's not out all the time like it used to be. So I made some like easy access space for it. But it's behind closed doors, so I don't have to look at it all the time. Sometimes I think when I look at my sewing machine all the time, it stresses me out a little bit. I don't know why. Just does. Like it's just like, hey, you could be making a quilt. Can't do everything, but I like to try. I must say. Okay, so I have my sewing machine on. I think I am out of... Yep. I'm just about out my bobbiny thing. And where? Oh, where? Here's my sewing supplies. Oh, I have to show you the cutest thing. I can't believe I haven't made a blog post about this. So here's a lot of just random sewing things just in a little bag. This is almost finished, so it needs some love and attention. So I'm just going to throw it into the bag. I'm not worried too much about the stuff in this bag. But I might pull out the light blue because that's going to contrast with the red. So you'll be able to see the stitching a little bit. Could also go with like a dark brown or a black. Or, I've never tried this before. How about this, right? Brown and blue together. Did anybody ever try to do that? Like use two threads on one thing in a sewing machine. I don't know if you can do that. Let's try it. I'm going to try. I have pulled way too much thread. The one complaint I have about the Brother Project Runway limited edition computerized sewing machine is I don't really like the way it holds the thread on the top of it. My old school sewing machine just had a better setup, like with these little things that stick up. I'm not in love with this, but it's what I have. So, and I do love the newfangled bobbins and the way they work. Way easier than the old style. So sometimes what I do is I just skip the part of putting the thread up here and I just let them roll around. It is not how my grandma would have done it. She was a sewing teacher back in the day, a long time ago. And she would have done it correctly. And she also probably would have kept the old sewing machine, which was way better than this one. And probably made better. But I will give you a little tip. If you want your kid to learn how to sew, don't go to the craft store and buy the Singer. It will fall apart immediately. I know this because I had one. I also know this because when I returned it, the lady at the store said, "Oh yeah, those things fall apart all the time." And I've spoken with some other friends of mine who had the exact same experience. So, okay, here's, dun, 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 dun. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Isn't that awesome? So that's right near, like, all my books, my computer, that thing. It's right there. All of my, but it's kind of in this, like, back away corner, like, hard to get to. But I can see it, and I can get whichever color I want at any time. It's so exciting. So I need the bobbin. I have the thread already. I just need it's not gonna match, but that's okay. That's what scrapbooking is sometimes about, right? So I just picked one that's already all loaded up. Just come all back here. And so a lot of times I just leave whatever's in there in the sewing machine, and then chances are it'll work for me next time. But if it doesn't, I'll switch it. But man, I talk a lot. Part of what I did today for my office was I recorded some training videos so I don't have to reinvent the wheel every time we get a new employee. I can just say hey, watch these videos, and then if you have questions, ask my assistant. So that way, not that I want to be completely unavailable, but I don't want to answer every single little question. I just don't have that kind of time. So, because I want to have time where I can spend doing this sort of thing, which fills my bucket, makes me happy, makes me less cranky. Which, just ask Charlie. I was cranky today. It was like a cranky Yankee. I was trying to explain to him that because of where we grew up, we have different ideas about acting cranky. And so we have to be careful when talking to each other. We also have different personalities. So add all those things in. Add in a little bit of stress, and then add in being a little bit operating on a little not enough sleep. And yeah, it was kind of it should have been the writing was on the wall. I was going to be a bit cranky and short today. So, mea culpa. Sorry about that, honey. But I did, I've filmed probably 20 Ustream videos today. Well, not 20, but then I made them private so no one can see them. At least I hope they can, if they can. you have a problem. But that way I can do in-house training on Ustream. It's pretty cool. So I have chosen a zigzag. Oh, it's really cute. With the 2 different colors. Love it. So I'll post this project when I get finished with it on my blog, but I'll also post it in the big picture class. And I haven't had a chance to see this week's lesson. It's like Karen Grunberg, I think, is the teacher, and it's Embrace Imperfection. So this is there's imperfections here for sure. You could probably like apply that to every single layout I've ever made. It's okay. Yeah. The other things going on in my world today were that my son was really sick and we had to go to a doctor's appointment. It was just a day. We had a day. One of those days. We read this book by Amy Krauss Rosenthal called One of Those Days. This was one of those days. But you know what? If you can do like something totally different, and I'm like defeating my whole purpose here of relaxing with the scrapbooking because I'm talking about my stressful day. But one of the coolest things I find about scrapbooking is that you can then like do something so totally different than what you did all day that your stress flies away and you feel better and happier and not so cranky. It's funny, somebody said to me once, like, I can't imagine you being cranky, and I was like, well, I don't get cranky a lot. I snap out of it pretty fast, but I have my moments. I'm sure like everybody. But I heard somewhere, like, a lot of times, like, if you're cranky, like, ask yourself why. Like, are you hungry, tired, sleepy? Tired and sleepy are the same. There were a bunch of, like, conditions that you should ask yourself, like, are you any of those things? Because if you are, then, like, whatever you think you're so upset about, probably it's just a result of you're a little hungry or tired, and a good nap and some protein would fix that. I believe that. So you want to know something that I never do? I never leave a layout unfinished in the sewing machine. And I'm not going to leave it in the sewing machine. But I'm going to do something that I don't usually do. I'm going to leave my stuff out. I don't even know if I can do it. I like to finish and clean up every time. I don't think I can do it. That's so sad. Yeah, I have to clean up. So, I just do. So here's my cleanup process. Didn't finish the layout. I'm not going to. I know that I'm cranky. I need to go to bed. I'm not super cranky or anything, but I know that I need some nice sleep tonight so I can continue to be a morning person and do my morning workouts and lose the last 20 pounds that I need to lose. So I'm just going to put my sewing machine away. And it's not even all that annoying. Anyway, but here, I keep like a metal bin. I love metal like file cabinets and lockers and all that kind of stuff. And then this just goes up here. See that little thing on the top that I said I was having a little issue with? Oh, you know what I could do? These are adjustable. I can lower that. I think you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to lower that just a little bit Just lower it once, and then I think that will solve that little issue. And then I keep my camera supplies here. So I got like all lenses and stuff in there. And my camera in there. Yeah, I do. I really do. I like to put stuff away. So, leaving a layout, not all the way done, but I know where it needs to go. That's the beginning of the layout. 2 pictures. I made a pocket. It's sturdy. You can put lots of stuff in there because I did stitching for the adhesive. I'm planning to use an office envelope. I'm planning for it to go in this way, right? I don't think I'm going to leave it closed though in the album. Maybe I am. I don't know. We'll see. And then I'm going to use these Teresa Collins little journaling things. And because I hate to see pretty patterns go to waste, I don't know why, I'm just weird that way. I'm going to make it just be something that you can pull out so you can like look at the pretty back. Not that anyone's ever going to pull this stuff out, but in case they do, won't they be surprised when they see that beautiful paper on the back? I know they will, right? Okay, so now I do want to put some of these embellishments back away because I didn't really even open this bag, so that can totally go back. I might want to use some of those kind of embellishments too, so I'm just going to pack these right back up. Really easy with these little IKEA clips. So easy. I mean, they are so worth it. Even if you had to order them. Or you could probably find something similar. I don't know where, but I haven't really seen those. Maybe some kind of laundry supply or I don't know. Let me show you what went with them from the IKEA store. So you know, I can't even get this like closed, but guess what? Doesn't matter because I can just hook it in there and then it's going to hang so nothing's going to fall out. It's going to be so cool. And the other little place that I've used the baker's rack to hang, but I can also, this is like a metal container too. I don't even know what's in there. More scrapbooking supplies, but I can just hang it right there near that. And so you just see a little like, there's my organization. It's all out. So I like to have all my stuff where I can see it, but I like to then clear the decks when I'm done. So I like to like go to bed. I don't like to leave out stuff all over my counter. I want to feel fresh when I come in here in the morning, now that I'm a morning person. So, oh, you can't see. I'll show you some more IKEA action here. So I'm just hanging up the empties, and they can just go anywhere. It doesn't matter. And you can like rearrange these, and I am so in love with this idea. It's just, it can hold, like, you can hold so much more stuff. Like, I even have like the basic gray like mini book things are underneath there. There's a lot of stuff on that. Maybe I should just show you. Check it out. You see like how much stuff. You can't really see. Sorry, you're probably not enjoying all that camera motion, and the camera is not, it's not a high quality. It's an adequate quality kind of a thing. So this is a half done layout. I call this a half-baked layout. Not because I'm baked. That would be not my part of the family. I'm not the half-baked one. But this is a half-baked layout. There's my baker's rack. We're right next to the kitchen. This is where I keep them, and I you know what? I'm in love with IKEA because this is also a little IKEA thing. Just have to show you one more thing. This is my year of awesome. It's also my year of the bird. Not that kind of bird. Not the cranky Yankee kind of bird. The actual bird that flies. And all the freedom that makes you think about. And perspective and big, you know, bird's eye view and all that. So this I put my recent layouts just right up there. Sometimes some other stuff works its way in. Some other stuff has done that. So I need to go through that and clean it up a little bit. But I'm actually just going to put a plastic thing over it so no one can really spill anything up there, but I don't know. It's protected from the dust, I guess, a little bit. Isn't this interesting? Watch me put my stuff away. And then there's these other kind of hooks. I haven't really figured out how I'm going to use those yet. Those came with the hook, so it came in the same package. Did not have to pay extra for that. You can just really grab anything and you know, do it yourself, cheap, easy, scrapbooking, organization, scrapbooking embellishments, so awesome. I did want to show you a couple other things. We're going back here. Oh, it's horribly ugly to see. I just lost a viewer. Good night, viewer. I also don't have the chat opened. I'm a bad Ustreamer. But anyways, you can see it. I'm just going to say good night. I wanted to tell you about, I have a Flickr group. I have several Flickr groups called Scrapbooking by Numbers. And see, I want to put these away too. So these are going to go back in the closet. I shut the closets. I've cleared the decks. So I know, like, if I wanted to start on that project tomorrow, and I do like to finish projects, but now, like, look, now there's stuff, oh sure, but like the counter's pretty clear. Like I messed it all up and then I put it all away, but there's still like tons of things accessible. I have stored all of my writing things by color, and let me say, my daughter loves this. And she loves that I finally have let her use the Copics and the Sharpies. She's responsible enough. She can do it. Yes. I am going to be doing more Ustreaming. I will do some scheduled Ustreaming. My plan with that and the Flickr group, Scrapbooking by Numbers, is I'll put a post up on Flickr in the group or on my blog. You know, please meet me in Ustream, you know, this night at X o'clock, and bring with you 3 horizontal 4x6 photographs, and we'll make a layout. And, you know, have your scrapbooking stuff available. What's today? Yeah, I don't know what my schedule is yet. Probably sometime over the weekend. And let's just say, like, pick 3 horizontally looking 4x6 photos. Let me show you what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking this, but this will not be the layout. This little, I'll just, instead of ripping it off, one of the things that's been sitting up here in the inside of this, where I keep my sewing machine, is from 2007. It was a simple scrapbook, so I was a simple scrapbooks junkie. This is the only place I really ever submitted and tried to get published, and I failed miserably, except for once. They finally took pity on me. But this was Calls for Layouts, Simple Schemes, and this one was by Tina Coburn. It's spelled Cockburn, but I think it's actually Coburn. And this was her scheme. So we could do like that kind of a scheme, or something else. Why don't we just do that for the sake of simplicity? Keep it simple. That's part of the reason my blog is called Kiss and Tell. Like, KISS stands for Keep It Simple Scrapbooking, and Tell Your Story. So we'll use that as the inspiration piece, even though in the future what I'm going to plan is to scrap lift layouts that are posted by you, the scrapbookers, in those I love Burt's Bees lip gloss. we'll do that in the future. So just to randomly pick a time, just so like, let's say, let's do this. Taking action. So I will announce today is Wednesday, February 23rd. I worked from home today, so the date was automatic in the documents I was doing. It was a day. It was a day. It was a day. So tomorrow's Thursday, then Friday. How about, let's say, I don't know if I want to say Sunday. How about Saturday morning? That would probably work for me. Maybe. Or Friday night. I don't know. I can't commit. So sad. Or maybe, okay, this is what we'll do. On Tuesday next week, it's a new month. Let's shoot for then. That gives us enough time. So, I am announcing Tuesday, March 1st at, let's say, trying to incorporate late night scrapbooking with being a morning person. That is challenging. Let's say, and getting my kids to bed, let's say 10 o'clock Eastern Time, Tuesday, March 1st. 1 hour. Did I say 10? Better write this down. Yes. Hold on. I'll show it to you. So 10 p.m. to 11 Eastern Time, U.S. on March 1st, 2011. Ustream. You need 3 photos. They need to be horizontally or vertically arranged. So like tall, not. Although if you wanted to flip the layout, you could do that too. So I guess I should more accurately say 3 4x6 photos that are all either horizontal or vertical, but I will probably be doing vertical. You can do whatever you like. And then the exciting part is then we can like show and tell. And so then we can post them in Flickr in the groups, and then we'll like, it'll be like show and tell. It'll be fun. I think showing your layouts is a big kick in scrapbook. That's part of scrapbooking is sharing. And yeah, I do share with my family, but they don't get nearly as excited about the layouts as other scrapbookers. So this is fulfilling my need to have some oohs and ahs, and they will ooh and ah in return. My grandfather used to call that a mutual admiration society. So we don't want to be that. We want to be making good scrapbooking, but it's nice to appreciate what other people are doing. Okay, way tangent, lady. Ustream, 10 o'clock, March 1st, 2011. What is this called? Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking is my channel on Ustream. I tell you what, there's so many different accounts that you end up getting online. It's very challenging to remember all of the... Can't see that, can you? Ustream, bring 3 photos, 10 o'clock, March 1st, Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking, and we're going to call this our first virtual crop for scrapbooking. I should also write scrapbooking by numbers, because that's where we're going to be dumping them. Scrapbooking by numbers. Okay, seriously going to bed, because in a few minutes I'll be getting up. Scrapbooking by numbers, virtual crop, March 1st, 2011. Ustream, Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking is where you want to go. Good night. I hope you get more sleep than I did last night. And have fun scrapbooking. I think scrapbooking is awesome. I really do. Okay, I'm super tired, so night night. Good night.